Hey everybody, it's Matt. Today's October 1st, 2025, and welcome back. I learned something kind of embarrassing and funny this week. Funny, I guess, because I've survived. But anyway, we'll get to that in 1 second. I just wanted to once again thank you for anyone who shared the video. I know one person particular shared another one of my videos on the Health Unlocked website, which if you get the chance, if you're not signed up for there's some great information for Polycythemia Vera and Besremi and all the things that come along with it. There's a lot of great commentary on that website. So it's called Health Unlocked. And so thank you again. Thanks for sharing it. And thanks to anyone who shared the video. It just means a lot. It helped, the views go up for whatever it's worth. It feels kind of nice to know people are responding. But more than anything, we're sharing good information. We got some additional subscribers. So welcome to everyone. And so the embarrassing thing, I travel quite often. And I did a video a few months back on this little travel case. I picked it up at Walmart. It was cheap. It freezes on both sides, so you put it in the freezer overnight. And these are basically like little ice packs. Zip it up. Pretend this is your shot of Besremi. I put it in there. I used to put an ice pack in there too. I think it was overkill. I travel to the same place often, so it's about 4 hours travel time door to door. And so anyway, I did a video on that. A lot of people have been talking about that on like the Facebook, the Besremi support group, which is an excellent group as well. And there's a Polycythemia Vera group that's excellent. So I kind of get a temperature of the room and see all the things people are asking about. A lot of people are traveling and have concerns about traveling and so forth. Some of us are expert travelers. I'm certainly not, but my wife helps me out. But I know a lot of people get anxiety and stuff. Okay, how many get the medicine? I got to go through TSA and all these kinds of things. So what I'm embarrassed about, and I just lost my computer screen here, is so I've traveled a bunch of times with this. I think I reported a few times on the channel, hey, no problem. I got through TSA, no problem. I got flagged one time, I think, out of 7 times traveling. Flagged meaning I put it through, goes on the conveyor belt, and someone, let's take a look. They take a look. It's all good. I just learned, though, that it's not supposed to go through the x-ray machine. So the positive news is I had to go through the x-ray machine about 6 or 7 times. And I was still able to reduce my dose recently from every 2 weeks to once a month. So hopefully it didn't scramble it too much. But please, if you are traveling, I keep this in a backpack. And now, so I'll kind of read through. So I threw it into my friend CP on Copilot. I wanted to know why. Why can't you travel? Why can't it go through the x-ray machine? And it was kind of enlightening. So please help me, bear with me, nerd out here a little bit. I'm going to read this. So here's something you might not expect when traveling with Besremi. The manufacturer recommends not letting it pass through TSA's x-ray machines. Why it matters. Besremi Ropag interferon is a biologic medication, meaning it's made from living cells and has a complex molecular structure, which I kind of knew, but I didn't. I kind of almost forgot about that, which is pretty amazing. Unlike small molecule drugs like aspirin, biologics are sensitive to environmental stressors. Think of it like a finely tuned symphony of proteins, delicate, precise, and not built to withstand radiation exposure. TSA's X-ray machines emit ionizing radiation. It's low dose, but even that can mess with the molecular structure of biologics. Imagine handing a handwritten peace treaty to a microwave. That's what we're risking. That's my co-pilot humor there. Cold chain concerns. Besremi also needs to stay chilled. It says it right on the box, but a lot of people do ask how they can do that. This obviously is kind of primitive, but I've had no issues with it. I just make sure it stays cool. There's probably more advanced coolers and stuff like that. I know insulin coolers probably and different things you can set the temperature, but I've been okay so far. But Besremi needs to stay between 36 and 46 degrees Fahrenheit. TSA bins are not exactly climate controlled. So while your socks are getting a warm blast of radiation, your medication might be quietly losing its integrity. What could happen if it does? Worst case, the interferon proteins unravel, they degrade or lose their potency. You don't want your dose of cellular diplomacy showing up to the bloodstream half drunk and confused. So what to do instead? Carry Besremi in a thermal case, travel case, and request a manual inspection. So that's what I did this last time, because I had learned this, through one of the comments on one of the forums. And they said, I was like, oh my gosh. And you go to Besremi's website under travel tips and it will tell you right there, don't do that. But so yeah, I pulled this out ahead of time, right when I got past the ID section. You kind of walk up before where you used to have to take your shoes off and go on the conveyor belt. I just pulled this out and said, can I get a manual inspection? TSA agent was excellent. She took it and put it in a separate little bin, and someone came and grabbed it and inspected it. So rather than trying to go through and whatever, so kind of like jumping ahead. So yeah, and then on the Besremi website, there's also on the travel tips section, there's also a form you can print. I've never printed it, but you can print this form, have your doctor sign it, and that can give you an extra peace of mind. Especially if I was traveling maybe to Europe or something. I usually travel within the U.S., but I probably would go that extra mile just to make sure. You don't want that getting flagged or confiscated or something like that. So that hopefully would give you a little extra clout with the TSA agent. Someone else also yesterday just coincidentally asked about like if they are traveling abroad, what do they do with their used sharps? And that's on the Besremi website as well. If you need to travel home with your used sharps, it's recommended that you transport it back in an FDA cleared sharps disposal container. You can put the container in your check bag or carry-on. If you are traveling within the U.S., I do know some local pharmacies, hospitals, or police stations will take them. And someone else even mentioned in their comments that their hotel took the used sharps from them. Maybe they had some kind of recycling program there. But yeah, that's it. I tried to make that a little faster than the past two videos, but hopefully that's helpful information. Stay tuned. I will check in probably on Friday. It'll be 1 week on the NAC, and it'll be 2 weeks since my last dose of Besremi too. So I'm going to check in on that. I won't be doing that 2-week dose this time because we extended it to 1 month. So I'll give you a little update there. And thank you so much for watching. And I'm praying for you every morning. Okay? Hang in there, and God bless. Bye.